Stop the presses! Exciting news from Big Finish Productions. They've done it, they've finally gone and done it. Ladies and gentlemen, today it is Saturday the 13th of July 2024. Today, Big Finish Productions dropped a major news bombshell, which, knowing Big Finish, is completely normal, but this is Christopher Eccleston returning as the 9th Doctor level bombshell, as we heard back in August 2020. In fact, it's pretty much a very similar one to that, and that is Jodie Whittaker is returning as the 13th Doctor for brand new Big Finish audios. That's right, the actual 13th Doctor herself is back with a brand new audio every 2 months starting from July 2025, so about a year's time from now, with an audio every 2 months up to May 2027. Interestingly, it's an individual story, or at least released once every 2 months as opposed to 3 or 4 in a box set every 3, 4, or 6 months. And she will be joined by Mandip Gill returning as Yasmin Khan. So we're going to get a 13 Yaz companion duo ship for at least 12 releases over the next, I would say 2 years, but if starting from this year, 3 years technically, but once the releases come out over the next 2 years, starting next year to 2027. So this is major exciting news. Big Finish recently got the license to do stories up to the end of the 13th Doctor's era, and they have recently confirmed, after previously announcing but not being able to get started with Fugitive Doctor and the Sacha Dhawan Spy Master adventures that were announced a good while ago, about 2022 or 23, maybe even late 21, but they weren't able to get started on them until about earlier this year, end of last year, and now they will be coming out starting from January 2025 for the Fugitive Doctor, played by Joe Martin, and February 2025 for the Spy Master, played by Sacha Dhawan, in a series called Call Me Master, whilst the Fugitive Doctor ones are just the Fugitive Doctor. Actually, that's another exciting announcement that was announced earlier this week, and that's the announcement of the final Once and Future story, Coda, and it confirms that Joe Martin's Fugitive Doctor will be appearing in that story alongside Jonathan Carley's War Doctor ahead of her series beginning in January, as previously mentioned, which itself is really exciting. Also, Benny Summerfield's there, so that's automatically going to mean it's going to be at least decent. I know not everybody was kind of on board with Once and Future, but if Benny's in this one, then it's at least going to be okay, at worst. What? I like Benny Summerfield and Lisa Bowerman. Sue me. Well, along with Sontarans vs. Rutans in name only, and next month's War Doctor story where he meets Samuel West's Morbius, that's another story to add to the War Doctor stories ranking on top of the 4 War Doctor and 6 War Doctor Begins box sets. We're going to be up to at least 33 War Doctor audios by the end of the year. Yes. Excellent. But yes, exciting times ahead, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Fugitive Doctor and the Spy Master box that's coming out at the start of next year, or at least the first ones, and then they'll get some second ones in the summer, and then there'll be a few more later down the line. And the 13th Doctor, a story every 2 months from next July to May 27. Ooh, I'm going to be 28 that month. Exciting times ahead for the 13th Doctor era fans, and exciting times to get more adventures from these underused, underdeveloped characters, or to expand on them, or just having more of them. It's awesome. I might not sound as excited as I actually am, but when I saw that news about both the Fugitive Doctor and the War Doctor in Coda, and then a few days ago, and then the 13th Doctor and Yaz getting their own series with a story every 2 months from next July, I was like, no way! No! Wow! That was... oh... yeah, this is really exciting news, and I'm looking forward to hearing what Big Finish do, and it's really exciting and interesting. Yeah, wow. And that also means that only leaves 2 original cast members who have played the Doctor, besides William Hartnell, Patrick Troughton, and besides his cameo in Zagreus, John Pertwee. That means we'll have every actor who has played the Doctor play their Doctor in Big Finish, except 2, and that being Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi as the 11th and 12th Doctors, respectively. Though Jacob Dudman has done a great job playing them in the 11th and 12th Doctor Chronicles box sets. Actually, that is interesting. The 9th and 10th Doctors got the Doctor Chronicles box set with Nicholas Briggs playing the 9th Doctor and Jacob Dudman playing the 10th Doctor, where they would voice impression those Doctors for brand new audio dramas. And then the 11th and 12th Doctors have had entire series of those under the 11th Doctor Chronicles and the 12th Doctor Chronicles. But I am a bit surprised that they didn't do a 13th Doctor Chronicles box set, but maybe they knew they were going to get Jodie Whittaker back anyway, or they thought it was a bit too soon, and then by the time they were getting around to doing stories, they were able to get Jodie and Mandip in so that they could do the 13th Doctor Adventures instead of the 13th Doctor Chronicles, so they skipped Chronicles and go straight to Adventures, which, yeah, that pretty much works. It's basically the opposite of what they did with the 2nd Doctor, where they did a lot of early years and Companion Chronicles stuff with him, and only got round to doing the 2nd Doctor Adventures in 2022, release-wise, with Michael Troughton. Oh, and before we go, a little quick fun fact is that the Fugitive Doctor is going to have roughly equal/similar amount of time between their final TV appearance in The Power of the Doctor in October 2022 to their first audio appearance in Once and Future Coda in November 2024, 2 years, 1 month, give or take. The same amount of time as it is with the War Doctor, played by John Hurt, with his final appearance on screen in The Day of the Doctor in November 2013, to his first audio appearance in The War Doctor, Only the Monstrous, his first box set in December 2015. So these 2 Doctors are going to be roughly joint. I mean, it comes down to the number of days between final story on screen and first box set released, first audio story released. But going by the years and months, it's the same amount of time, or give or take, for these 2, and that means they are the 2 Doctors with the shortest amount of time between on-screen adventure, final on-screen adventure, and first audio adventure, and played by their original actor, with the 12th Doctor coming in second, or third, I guess, if these 2 are joint first, with the 12th Doctor coming in third for final TV story and first audio story, December 2017 to February 2020, not including short trips. But he is played by Jacob Dudman in audio. Peter Capaldi has yet to return as the 12th Doctor, so that gap is much larger. And speaking of actors playing the Doctor, that means that for third place of the original actor returning to reprise their role as the Doctor, that award will now go to Jodie Whittaker, who, again, last appeared in The Power of the Doctor in October 2022, and her first audio story is going to be July 2025, which will be 2 years and 9 months, which is the shortest gap between a Doctor last appearing on screen and first appearing in audio, played by their original actor. That is one of the numbered incarnations, so after the War and Fugitive Doctors, which means the 13th Doctor will be the shortest amount of time between final TV story and first audio story for the numbered Doctors, and third overall as played by their original actor after the War and Fugitive Doctors, and fourth overall if counting new voice impression actors after the War, Fugitive and 12th Doctors. But yeah, Jodie Whittaker and Mandip Gill are returning as the 13th Doctor, and Yasmin Khan for brand new 13th Doctor stories once every 2 months starting next July. And alongside, by the looks of it, twice yearly Fugitive Doctor and twice yearly Spy Master box sets under the series Call Me Master. For that latter one, looks like we're going to be having plenty of 13th Doctor era adventures for at least the next 2 years. Or, well, the next 2 years, 2025 to 2027, I should say. To 2 to 3 years, 25 to 27. So, yeah. lots to look forward to. Thank you so much for watching this news video, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.